And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Oxygen Not Included. Had a brain fart there. Couldn't remember what the heck this game was called. Alright, well, I've dug up to the coal up here, so we can start mining it. But also, I wanted to update on the CO2. Look at that. The CO2 is just absolutely destroyed in here. So that is very, very welcome. We still have quite a bit of it over here, so I might just pump it from point to point, pump it from here over to here, and see if we can't get some of this stuff out of here, because we got a ton of CO2 in here that we need to clear out. We're producing polluted water quite rapidly with this system, but hopefully we'll be able to process that into clean water here soon, as this drops a little bit. Right now, the air scrubbers are using this water down here. So another use for this water, I did cut off the supply going over to going into here, because we completely filled this up with what water is there. So I'm thinking we're gonna want how much copper do we have? 500. Okay, that should be enough. I want to try to repair this, just because this is getting a little full, and it's still really, really hot. So I want to repair that. See if I can't get that going. Is there a way to produce a liquid pump? Overheat temperature. Oh, I could have made it out of gold amalgam, and that would have really helped. So maybe what I'll do, instead of I'm going to cancel repair, I'm going to deconstruct. I'm going to build it out of the gold amalgam, and maybe we'll be able to operate this thing without any problems. I've got plenty of gold. And look at the Weezewort finally grew, and let's check the temperature. Look at that. The temperature is slowly cooling off. It's not perfect, but we are working the problem. So yeah, there's a little bit of coal right there that I want to dig out. So Inominate is okay. So that was copper. So let's build the liquid pump out of gold and see if we can't get a little bit better performance out of that thing. What we need is a switch for liquid. I really wish we could have a switch to turn liquid on and off. I'm not sure if the valve, I don't think we can just turn it off. So right now I'm just going for, I could try to put a power switch over here. Let's see if that would work. I want to do a power switch. I'm not sure what the following thing is, or what takes precedent. I'm going to build one, and then we'll see later. So pending construction. We just got to wait for somebody to be brave enough to go up there. We do have the rejuvenator for anybody that's very injured. Yeah, we got a little bit of copper, so that's good. And the hatches are slowly eating all of the dirt. So far, they've consumed about 1,600. Yeah, 1,600 kilograms of dirt out of that one, and this one should be about half that. Oh no, a little less than half. And yeah, I had to disable this algae terrarium because there's no more CO2 up here. The CO2 that these things are filtering out was all the way up into this part of the base. So yeah, we are doing really, really well. And how is Gastonard doing? Is he very injured? Oh no, he's doing okay. I guess the really warm water is good for his skin. I don't know. I'm hoping that we're not going to run into problems. And for digging over here for the coal, I want to use my absolute best diggers. So that is the priority with that. So for over here, I am thinking we're going to want gas pipes. I want to start pumping CO2 down here. Look at the CO2 that's down here. Crazy, crazy amount. But this will start filling up with water as soon as that pump turns back on. And we will get some more major work done. Okay, this guy is toasty warm. And we are done. So overheat temperature 257. All right, that's good. That's really good. So I'm glad I caught that. That really will save us a lot of work because I don't have to repair this every 10 minutes. So let's see what we can do. How many seeds do we have? See, we've got 8 people now, and it looks like we're chewing through food pretty fast. Oh, these are ready to go. And instead of uprooting these, I'm just going to let these grow for their last one. And for digging, let's see, dig, you are 12, you are 7, and you are 5. I'm going to take those off. I want just these 2 high-level diggers to dig this coal. So yeah, we are low on coal. I'm going to dig those 2 out there. How is our stress level? And nominate could use a little bit of relief. So nominate is a little too stressed out. I'm gonna harvest those, and that'll give somebody something to do, and then Gastonard will cook for us. It looks like these things basically shut off. Are they using power, I wonder? Power. It's hard to know. Wow, that really hurts performance. Wow, look at that. So these things are barely producing anything now. We have a ton of gas, ton of oxygen bleeding in there. Should have made these gas permeable. Let me try that really quick. I'm gonna make these gas permeable. Maybe a little bit of CO2 will leak in there. And then we need to start pumping the CO2 out of everywhere else. Try to get all of that stuff processed. And then we'll be safe for quite a while. Okay, we have water coming down here yet? Oh, it's just about to arrive. And it's going to be warm. It's going to be pretty hot. Yeah, look at that, 139 degrees. That's going to affect the whole system. You know, it's going to heat up the whole system quite a bit. But I'm hoping that when it comes down through this cold area, it's going to really cool off. And now this one. So yeah, the heat is kind of going up on these. 140 degree water. That's pretty warm. You can see the introduction of that heat. Not good. But it should push some of this CO2 out, maybe, and to get these algae terrariums operational again. What else can we do? They're so low on copper. I kind of want to dig out what I can. And, oh, well, look at the coal. Oh, yeah, we've got some more coal coming in. Yeah, good amount of coal. Wish it could be more. I'm not sure what the dig has to be for it to actually get more than about 50%. Because that's what we're pulling. There were 310 out of here and 155. Yeah, so it's about exactly 50% right now. I wonder if that's the max, actually. The other thing I want to try is to dig out some of this bleach stone. if I can. No guarantee that I'll be able to. But the one building that I've never built in this game is the hand sanitizer. And the reason for that is this bleach stone only appears around where chlorine appears. And it's very difficult to actually get. So, looks like our coal supply is going way up again. That's good. Everything is looking pretty good. There's a little bit of polluted water down here, and it's helping keep these air scrubbers cool. But yeah, this one's got some more CO2 to dig. It looks like it did. That gas permeable tile definitely helped push some more CO2 in here. So that is good. We're able to process just a little bit more without any pumps at all. Because I'm trying to limit the amount of power that we're using, because coal is rapidly disappearing. Looks like we have another possible biome up here. Oh, so much chlorine. Work has been slow on my chlorine processor here. We're gonna continue this. Leave one way up. I wanna close this off so we can start it. And then we're gonna do insulated tile here. How much abyssalite do we have left? We got a pretty good amount left. And we're gonna do one more here. There we go. Yeah, a little bit more CO2 in here. That's good. Processing all of that. And how are we doing? Okay, polluted water's fine. Water is still good. That's awesome. Getting both juniors are working on this. Both of their seniors died in this process, and now the juniors are working to finish their job. That's good. So one of the things that we're going to want is an air pump in here to pump out what's in here. So we're going to want an air pump to pump it, to kind of vacuumize this space. And we're going to want an air vent in here to pump in the chlorine. Ooh, looks like some chlorine leaked out. Oh, man. Now, can we build... I think it's in medicine. Yeah, hand sanitizer. Bleach stone. We don't have... Where's my bleach stone at? Wouldn't it be... Where is my bleach stone at? Oh, there it is. Consumable ore. Only 27 kilograms out of that whole thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. If I open this up, all this chlorine will drain down, come down here, and drain all the way down to here. And then probably some of it will flow down through here, and it'll just get everywhere once we open it up. Yeah, there's even a little bit right there. I don't know where that came from, but that's unfortunate too. And how is this thing doing up here? This thing is rocking. We're not. Oh, look at that! That turned back into a seed because it was submerged long enough that we turned back into a seed. So once that water drains enough, it'll be a little bit better. So this is still a little warm. You can see these warmed up quick. These pipes bringing a lot of heat into my system. That's unfortunate. Might even be wise to put a wheezewort over here to keep this area cool, because this is going to be very, very warm in here. Ooh, there my switch is done. So power-wise, yeah, see, I'm not seeing different connections in here. And so if I do this, take that away, heavy watt wire down to here and up to there. I'm going to see if we can get this to work. And that should stop the pump temporarily. This is using a lot of copper. Got to be careful with my copper consumption right now. Oh, now it should be working again. Okay, so let's turn this off. Turn off. Somebody? We had 2 dupes, right? 3 dupes right here. I could have done it. Tris Titan has to come and do it. Okay, so does that turn that off? It does. Excellent. So I'm going to turn you back on. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how it decides what direction it's going to go in, but you can't rotate the thing, so I'm assuming it's smart. Not that that's a good assumption, but I'm assuming it's smart. Okay, back over to here. Should we start taking some of the CO2 out? I'm thinking we're going to want to. I should have left those gaps in there, but oh well. We're going to have to pump out the air out of here anyway, because there's a lot of it. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how I want to handle this. First, let's put in plumbing. Let's put in a gas vent right here. And I'm going to open this back up to everybody. I just didn't want them walking through the water that's down here. But it's inevitable. That's going to have to be done. Okay, let's look at this CO2. And there's a bunch of it. I want to try to grab as much of that as I can. Okay. Because this down here can be... Well, I'm going to have hydrogen in the system. But the general air down here can be really anything. And that reminds me, we're going to need a couple different layers of insulated tile. Because we're going to have a manual airlock. No, we're going to have a mechanized airlock here, and then a manual airlock here. Because we can't run power into the ground here, so we gotta play it safe. How much copper do we have? We do not have very much copper, so heavy watt wire is going to have to be gold. Well, I guess I could put it... I'm going to cancel this. And I'm going to mechanized airlock here as well. And let's get more power. There we go. Circuit overloaded. Where? Oh, I'm not seeing any circuit overloads. Okay, we're also going to need to put some Weezwarts in down here, but let's plan, because this two-door system will help keep this stuff safe from any influencing air or whatever. Once this up here is done, I'm gonna actually seal it off, and it's not gonna even be usable anymore. but we're going to need another gas vent up here. This is where the chlorine will come in. Let's put it... Where do I want to put it? I want to deconstruct that. I don't need that one or that one either. I'm going to actually take out this one too. Okay. Slowly getting this system working. I'm going to actually dig, not that. Dig that out. Maybe, yeah, this is nasty stuff here. Could just dig straight through here and let it just fall in on its own. There we go. That system is done, so now we need the gas vent here. That's where the chlorine will come in. And, you know, this area is big enough where if it fills up with chlorine, I'm hoping I may have to put another layer of insulated tile down here. So let's plan on doing that just to hold that volume. So I'm going to put another layer of ladders down here. Then I'm going to X out all of those so I can put a second layer in. That way it'll be a little bit better at holding the weight. This abyssalite is really tough anyway, but I think we'll be able to work that just fine. All right, well, it's coming together. The CO2 scrubbers, I mean, those things did a marvelous job, and we just have a little bit more CO2 to deal with. And then it is all she wrote for the CO2 problem. I'm really glad that worked out so well. I might disable these just because I don't want too much power being drained out of the system. Because once we get this system going, that's going to be a pretty intense amount of heat and power being used over here, because we're going to be using the thermal regulators. Cools the gas but outputs heat, so that's why we want the Weezwarts in here to offset that a little bit. So we got a couple more Weezwarts up here that we can steal. We just gotta work our way over there and dig them up. So 4 Weezwarts down here should be pretty good. Oh, looks like we got another dupe to choose from, but yeah, we're just gonna start rejecting the dupes because our population is pretty good right now. I'm not too sad about that. So yeah, we're doing really well. All right, this is done. Last thing we want to do is make sure we have a second row of these to go. And how much abyssalite do we have? We don't have enough. So let's take some out of here. Let's take some out of here. This is 250 each, so that's quite a bit. These are 400 kilograms a piece. That is not cheap. So yeah, we're gonna want some more abyssalite. I'm thinking in here, probably a good idea to grab some of this because it's nice and cool. There we go. That'll help keep us in business. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.